Welcome to part 4 and the final part of this DIY. Right now I am layering some foam squares I made for the jaw. Yes, this is the jaw tutorial. Everyone has been waiting for this. And I just made a little stencil, kind of measured out how the jaw would look from the side. And I stacked just enough, I think around 10 squares to make it the width of the jaw. Now I'm just cutting it down individually at a time. Now that I got to the end of that, I'm going to start trimming it up. While I was cutting, it wasn't exactly even, so I'm just going back and gluing what I need to glue and start trimming it a little bit, making it rounder in the front of the jaw, just to make it have more character. Now I'm just testing out to see where it would lay and how it would look. This is what it ended up looking like. I think it looked pretty good. And I ended up cutting inside a little bit to make it so that I could fit my head through. Now I'm finding the right area to put in the bottom of the hinges, and then now I'm putting in the top hinges. I'm just using cardboard for it. So I have the top hinges in place that are just hot glued into the head. I kind of rounded it too, just to make it so that the jaw could move more fluidly. And now I'm just testing to see what it would look like. And I actually used these brads, it's like these kind of pins, and just used those, and they worked perfectly for it. Made it so that it would rotate freely. Now, you can either sew it or hot glue it. I just chose to hot glue it because I wanted to get this video out as soon as possible, but hot gluing it worked fine. And right about here is when my storage got full, so it just deleted all the other footage. But you didn't really miss much. I just finished hot gluing it. Now I'm cutting some black fabric to make the inside of the mouth, just to make it look darker and to cover up all that extra foam. Now I'm just hot gluing it down there. Now I'm reattaching the jaw, just putting those brads back into place, and that's what it looks like right now. I just took the eyes out because I made the eyes replaceable, and I'm going to be adding that top hat soon. Now I am using the sponge method to add the black paint around the jaw to make it look darker, so that it has contrast and doesn't look the same as the muzzle. Now this is the portion of the ears. I'm just cutting out some foam ear shapes and hot gluing those onto some fabric. So I'll just do that on the bottom. You could sew it, but I just decided to hot glue it, for time. Now I'm gluing it around the edges and then trimming that extra down, and then gluing the extra, folding it over. Now I'm gluing that part that wasn't full. I'm putting it face down onto another sheet of fabric and hot gluing it on that, and then trimming it down even more, so that way it kind of looks flush. So it looks like it's just one solid piece. It was the easiest method I could do. Now this is what they look like when they're all done. Now I'm using popsicle sticks and duct tape to make the little connector, like what the endoskeleton would be for the ears. So this is what they look like, and I'm adding the black paint with the sponge again, using that method to make it look more rustic, oily, and dirty. Um, Now I am cutting slits on the bottom of those ears and just hot gluing those popsicle sticks in there. Now this is what they look like. And I added some extra fabric on top to make it look like it has more depth to it. Now I'm just finding where the ears would go and cut those little slits in there. Now I'm just putting on the eyes and gluing on the top hat that we made from the other video. I decided to add fabric around that. I'm not sure if I added that in the last part. I did that kind of off camera, I think. Now it's time for the teeth, and I'm just using white clay. And I'd actually use tinfoil, kind of make it a little small in that square shape. So that way I use less clay. Now I am cooking it at 275 degrees. And here is my horrible transition take. Now I'm just putting it into the oven, and we'll be baking it for 15 minutes on 275 degrees Fahrenheit. Now after they're done drying, I am painting them white first, and after the white, I'm adding a little bit of black on the bottom and kind of spreading it so it looks gray, so it looks all kind of old and oily. And now I'm just hot gluing them into place, making sure they all are aligned and even, because you don't want them to look all derpy. Now here it is, all finished. I think it turned out pretty good. I had a lot of fun making it, especially being on a budget, so other people can make this too. It was less than $50 to make with all the materials, and it took about 20 hours to make total. And this is the jaw movement. I didn't add elastic, but you guys can do that definitely to make it more movable. But yeah, I think it turned out pretty good, so thank you guys for watching, and let me know in the comments what you would like me to make next.